Welcome back to this channel you call the Loving's Guitar Channel. So this is the Harley Benton SC 450 GT P90. So the GT is for gold top, which, you know, to tell you the truth, when it came in, my first impression was, other than the fact that I was impressed, well, not really, but I'm going to tell you the whole story. But the way this started out was when I first picked it up. Actually, I picked it up, the weight was pretty nice. It's not that heavy. This comes in at 8 pounds 4 ounces. However, I thought I was getting, it says G, you know, for the GT gold top, but when I opened it up, it's quite orange to me, and I know I have a kind of a little bit of a orange huey tint here. Just, you know, trying to beautify my look as much as I can. Soften it up. So, so it looked quite orange to me. And I even tried to leave it outside in the sun for a little bit. I thought maybe that would help. Eventually what I did, I kid you not. Eventually what I did, because I was so annoyed with just the look of it. Because everything, I'm going to tell you the whole story, but I know it takes a while for me to rub one out. I sanded it down, then polished it up, so there's no swirly marks or anything. And it gave it like a satin feel on the top. And it never, you know, it never turned it from orange to gold. But at least it did take off that shine. And, you know, I was thinking about relicking it, but, you know, I don't know. It was going to be like a little bit of an art project. What happened is that it turned into something else. First of all, okay, so when I first ordered this was one of my earlier purchases from Thomann, Germany. I never had a gold top at Gibson, so, and you know, it was expensive back then, even in the 80s or in the late 70s. So I couldn't do that yet. But anyway, so move up a few decades, and now there's these things that, you know, for just under $200 you can get. Like most of the products I get from Harley Benton, it's almost like a bit of an amusement. The fact that I can purchase something that looks like something I like, and play it, and if I like it, then shame on me for liking it. I don't get it. So anyway, with all of that mumbo jumbo, let's cut to the chase here. So originally, as I said, this was one of the first earlier purchases I got from Thomann and Harley Benton. So one of the things I gravitated to, one of their first guitars, was this, because it had P90s, and I'm a P90 fan. I always have been. Love P90s. There's just something rich about a P90. Anyway, so that's why I got it. So what do we got here? So the body is made out of poplar, so it's not that heavy. I don't think it's a very dense wood like, you know, mahogany would be, you know, and that's why it's not a Gibson. So, and it does have an arch top. I've never actually been crazy about arch tops, though I've played most of my life single cuts. So when I would play Gibsons, it would be more, you know, Les Paul Juniors, Les Paul Specials. Usually tend to get off of the arch top, except when I got to play semi-hollow bodies. I believe it might have been a B stock. Okay, and the reason why is because there's some weirdness in here. I really, really do. I honestly really do. I love these guitars now. It feels like, you know, I adopt these things, and then they become my babies, and then you nurture them, you soften them up, you polish them up, you rub them, give them some oil, polish their frets, rewire them if you need to. You put in a tone bleed, you know, shield the cavities. I don't know, you lubricate the nuts, and you play with the bridges and saddles, and then the truss rod, and voila! You got a decent guitar for under $200. Oh my God. Seriously? Come on. I mean, I swear to God, you youngsters out there who are griping about the cost of guitars, when you get something like this, I mean, anyway, all right. So what else do we got here? So it's a Satin neck. The neck is, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. Harley Benton does make nice necks. Now, this is not necessarily my favorite neck of all the Harley Benton necks, and even to this day. Despite that being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's my least favorite to play. There are other ones. Not this one though. I like playing this one. It immediately makes me want to play differently, or it changes my approach. So anyway, hey, let's get some sounds out of this, all right? So before I do that, they say that this is a C profile. I agree. They say it's black wood. I don't know what that really means. Is that wood that's been stained black? I don't know, but my fingers aren't getting black anymore, so maybe I've already rubbed all of that off. All right, so next comes, it's a 350 millimeter fingerboard, fretboard radius, and then with trapezoid inlays, cream colored bindings, as you see. And I told you I sanded off the top gloss. I left the back completely fine, and even the sides, but I needed it, I just love the way it feels. So, look what you get. You get the standard three position thing, and it says 2 classic P90 ceramic single coils. That means they're ceramic. All right, okay, all right. So maybe one day I should wax pot them. That might be interesting. All right, so tunematic bridge, the standard stuff, and this is not a Gibson. It's not a Chibson either. Although they're both made in China, this company Harley Benton, it's clear that these people care, and it's funny because since I've been a big fan now. I am a big fan of Harley Benton. As I said, this is one of my earlier ones. And the more recent ones I've been getting, in fact, every time I get a new Harley Benton, it's like their quality control is going up. Their material is going up. I mean, their workmanship is going up. Everything is going up. So that being said, as I said, this was an early one, and this came with some issues. Right off the bat, it did have fret sprout. So I had to take care of that. It did have it had 2 high frets. I had to take care of that person, but I like doing that. Okay, so for someone who thinks they're expecting to get a guitar right off the bat it could be a dream guitar, which, to tell you the truth, every guitar needs a setup. Every single guitar, no matter what guitar it is, every guitar is going to require a setup. And a newsflash, if you have 4 seasons in wherever you live, that's hard seasonal changes in weather, dampness, and dryness. Your guitars are going to go, so you're going to actually have to keep up with maintaining your guitars. So, there's a reason why little truss rod keys come, with all the guitars, and you should throw it in your guitar case, your gig bag, your shoe, your back pocket, because chances are you can solve a lot of problems with just your freaking hex key, your truss rod adjustment. And over here in New York City, New Yorkers are kind of accustomed to that. If you're not, why are you still under a rock? All right, so back to this thing. So after I gave it some tender love and gave it an oiling, a polishing, I played with the frets, it took some time. Now I got something that's actually so sweet. And now everything was there. Just imagine, it was all there when it started. It just wasn't finished. So I finished it. and I love it. It's a great guitar. So what do we get with it? So we get, you know, some tuners there, and you can, you know, you have the little screw on the top of the head, tuning peg, so you can give it a little bit more resistance. It's not a locking tuner, so to speak. It's just, it is what it is. But you know, you tighten them up, and it does make a difference. It just makes it feel better. Put something like in the nut, like, you know, some, you know, nut sauce or something, you know. So give every guitar a chance to breathe, you know, and you even drop a little minuscule even there, even in those little saddles, and all of that good stuff, and you're ready to go. So let's get some sounds. Man, see, there you go. That's it's got some reverb. Yeah, just some reverb there. Alright, I'll take the reverb off. See? How about that? Check this out. Here's the middle position. And here's bridge. Back to the middle. Neck. Little drive. Bridge pickup. Alright, so let's drive it up. The neck pickup. Still the bridge. Are you getting some good vibes out of this like I am? I wanted to, before I get carried away, and I often do, so so what I've mentioned is that though I did take the gloss off of this, I also took the gloss off of the neck. I mean, so I kind of satined it up. I didn't, you know, to tell you the truth, I still feel like it's giving me a little bit of a resistance, you know. That's just me, you know. With some of my other guitars that have like a finish on it, eventually I guess, you know, my hands rub a good wear on it. It takes a while. This is gonna take a while. I might have to sand it some more, speed it up a little bit. Anyway, so hey, this is what I got, and I think it's fascinating for for under $200. I mean, seriously. Okay, so there you go. This is the Harley Benton SC450 GT P90. And if you don't think P90s can't slap you in the face, well, I think you need to re-listen to those last 20 seconds. Do I have my Soldano or my Marshall plugged in? No, I'm doing that out of a Fender Champ 100. Low volume, and the only thing I have in there is just some Behringer Ultra Metal UM300. Yeah, that's about it, and my reverb. And this is kicking ass. And would I show up to a rehearsal studio with my buddies? Absolutely. With this thing? Sure, why not? This thing could do it. Does it have to have a fancy name on it like Gibson? No, it doesn't. If it makes you feel good, then, well, then get one. I mean, I have one too. I understand those laments. I love Gibson. I love Fender. I love Gretsch. I love Guild. I love, Ibanez. I love good guitars. I love guitars that make you want to play. So it doesn't really matter to me what name it is, I mean, to tell you the truth, probably even a K guitar might even do it for me one day. I haven't reached that level yet. So, but I guess when you're really jonesing and there's nothing left, maybe the ugliest, crappiest guitar in the world could be that guitar that just does it for you. You'd be a fool if you didn't pick it up and take that home and make that your baby. Adopt it. Anyway, hey, thanks for stopping by, and be a real flavor. If you hit that subscribe button, like, follow, all that good stuff. And I love this guitar, but I have to, just to understand that I did put in some time. It wasn't that playable. I probably would have been thought of as a very bad guitar because it didn't come set up out of the box. There was some just maybe a few cosmetic issues, and actually just stylistically wise, but there was anyway, and yeah, this I'm not crazy about this this part here. I want to get something else, and maybe do something with these pickup covers, maybe stain them or something. I don't know if I want to do that. To me, it's like a little bit of an art project that feels good, and it feels good to play. I was gonna say tastes good. I haven't eaten this thing yet, but I'm sure if you put some whipped cream on it, everything tastes good. So I'm also lactose intolerant. That sucks. Anyway, wait. Is whipped cream? Is that Ready Whip even have? Well, yes, I think that is. It says real whipped cream. So, all right. So yeah, with this real is it? What's real? Well, you know what? This is not a real actually, this is a real guitar. It's just not a Gibson. So and it doesn't say that it's a Gibson or a Chibson or anything like that. So if you're gonna spend that much money or that little money to get a guitar that you may or may not like, then you might want to consider this. However, that being said, This is an earlier model, so maybe this might have been one that was sitting in, you know, the warehouse for years when they first made it. And so, long story short, of all the Harley Bentons I got, this is probably one that actually did not actually meet all the objectives in terms of quality control. However, with a little bit of effort on my end that I had to put in, because I wanted to, it turned out to be an amazing guitar. For the value, and to tell you the truth, regardless of what it cost me, and I have my Gibsons and I have my pricier pieces, this is something that I actually often pick up. So with that being said, I want you to consider that you don't have to be a guitar snob or not a guitar snob to understand that it's not the price on the guitar that's going to make you want to play it. It's the guitar itself. So give a guitar its chance. See, it may fail, but chances are, if it's the good day for a guitar, it's going to kick your ass. So, yeah, she's still my Carrot Top, I call her. So, but I love her. Alrighty, say goodbye, Carrot Top. Alright, folks. Hope to see you on the next one. Thank you all for stopping by.